Biden and Kamala Harris as a presidential and vice presidential candidates. This was big news in many US national media. So now please welcome Anis Ahmed to deliver his speech.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Jagdul Hossain, Mr. Imran Ansari, and our sister Sabria Chaudhary for arranging this wonderful event. And it's a very informative event that people around the world know, can know what's going on and what steps or what next the people around the world and the Bangladeshi people living in America, in home country, they can do something. Uh, Mr. Mahbub Rahman, it's the first time that I see you personally, and it's my great honor that I could hear you directly from you, that you have sent eloquent and it's more informative than I thought before. Yes, there are some differences of opinion between you and me, but still, our goal is the same: to establish human rights and establish democracy in Bangladesh. And perhaps you heard that I served as the national director for Bangladeshis for Biden National Council. And in that capacity, I worked hard and our committee worked hard. And we have one person here right now who was the state director for Massachusetts, Nasdalom. And she did fabulous job in her state to get many people. And if you are there, Mr. Nasdalom, please raise your hand. And here, when I was working as a national director, we're authorized and trusted to work only in the national in the United States, not the foreign policy. But when as as an immigrant of foreign country, when I heard Mr. Joe Biden delivered a speech on foreign policy, and what I heard from his speech, it encouraged that yes, there is hope for all over the world and this country that I left behind. And his speech was establishing democracy and human rights. But before I go to that, I will recognize several people who have sponsored this event. And one of them is Mr. Shakawat Hossain, who is editor, USA News Online. He is now putting on this media throughout the world. He has hundreds of thousands of people followers. And Mr. Shakawat Hossain, he is right now live streaming. And also I'm recognizing and thanks to several people who have sponsored, and they are Mr. Zakir Hossain, CEO, Data Group Virginia, USA, and Mr. Imranul Haq Chakladar is a freedom fighter and convener, BNP Florida State. Mr. Mazharul Islam, successful businessman and leader of BNP Florida State. Mr. Mizanur Rahman, CEO, International Fragrance Supply Maryland, also member of the leadership team of BNP State of Maryland. Said Khan Chaudhary, President BNP State of Maryland State. Mr. Salim Hussain, Secretary BNP Maryland State. And also I thank to Mr. Anwar Haq Kokon, if I can pronounce his name correctly. He's from London, and he's a member International Affairs and coordinator for years. I thank all these people personally because they sponsored this event. It cost money, it cost some technical matters, it also needs the network. So all these people helped from various ways, and I recognize them. Now I'm going back to my